Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the iBUG Buzz number 634 for Monday, May 20th, 2024. I am Maria, and I will be facilitating the conference tonight along with Sandhya. This is an open forum for anyone with questions or issues with their iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, Apple TV, or HomePod, and anyone in particular who is wanting to become more proficient in the use of the accessibility features of these devices. And we focus here on the use of the voiceover screen reader with these devices. And of course, that includes the use of accessories such as external keyboards, braille displays, speakers, headphones, and others. So welcome to everyone who's joined in tonight and to those who will be listening back to the conference via the recorded podcast playback. Now, this is just one of many, many events that we have here at iBUG throughout the month. And to give you a preview of just some of those being the events that are coming up for this week, I am going to turn it over to Sandhya. And Sandhya is also going to tell you how you can stay in touch with us between these calls so that you are always in the loop as to what we've got going on, because we have so much going on that, of course, we can't share all of it with you in these announcements. But Sandhya is going to tell you some of what we're doing and how you can learn more. Sandhya.
Thank you, Maria. Yes, another busy week, let me tell you, and an exciting week too for iBUG, and we will tell you why that is in just a moment. All times are central. All events are on Zoom, where you are right now. So for today, we have the buzz call for the next 2 hours at the midpoint. We will have the big reveal, crazy clues, and even crazier gifts. You never know, you might win, but you can't win if you don't try. So please come and participate in that. Then after the big reveal, we'll have the iBug Bite segment. And then after that, we will resume question and answers. And then after the call stops, we'll have our after buzz conversation. So definitely encourage to participate in that. And we like people to share what's going on, keep it positive, and definitely there's lots of ways that you can learn during that time, but there are no politics, religion, technology, or other inappropriate topics during that segment of the call. Then Tuesday, we have the Mac Buzz. All questions relating to your Mac is at 5 to 6 o'clock. So you can check that out. Thursday, you may be thinking, oh, it's the fourth Thursday, so it should be It's iBug's Life, right? Maria, were you thinking that? I'm sure you were.
I was.
So I thought so. I thought so. So because of all the power outages and stuff that's been going on in Houston, we are going to postpone that because our facilitator is still without power. And on that note, real quick, thanks to everybody who's been checking on the Houston crowd team here. We're doing fine. I personally lost power for about 36 hours, and but we're good now, and others in our group are also doing well. So thank you for checking on us. Then so that the going shopping It's iBug's Life will be next Thursday, the 5th Thursday. Then we have Friday, iBug Night at the Virtual Movies. We will find out what that movie is at the big reveal. But prior to the movie, we'll have a social time at 7:15. There we have Name That Tune, jokes, and general silliness. So come for that. And then after the movie, we'll have a discussion and trivia. Then Saturday, it's iBug Apple Workshop 13th anniversary celebration. And we hope that you will be there for the workshop. And it will be a little bit of reminiscing and going over old times. I guess that's what reminiscing means. So, okay. So please come for that. We have some singing and dancing and all kinds of fun planned for you. We've Our members have put a lot of work into creating something fun for you. So we hope that everybody will come and be a part of it, because the celebration is really about celebrating all of our journey with this technology. So we hope that you will come. Then reminder that there will be a buzz call next Monday on Memorial Day. So go eat your hot dogs and have your picnics and so forth, and come back to us in the evening. All right, the tech shopping spree that we've been talking about, like we said, we are a nonprofit. We're running our annual fundraiser. For $10, you have a donation of $10. You have a chance to win $500. Or for $50, you can get 6 tickets, and you're going to improve your chances. The drawing will be at that 13th anniversary celebration. Deadline for making your payments is Friday, May 24th. All right, our website is ibugtoday.org, ibugtoday.org. That's where you can get all the information that I just said. You can also listen to our podcasts there, also on YouTube and on your favorite podcasting app. Also, encourage people to register so you will get regular email notifications of all the things I just told you. So with that, Maria, handing it back to you.
Thank you, Sandhya. Always so much good stuff going on. So we hope to see you at many of our events. And by the way, so glad that all of our iBUG family in Houston is okay. That sounded very scary, and that that weather event inspired today's iBUG bite. So I'll just let that teaser hang in the air for now, and you will have to wait until the second hour to find out about the iBUG bite. But anyway, we will return to our program, and we are at the point where we get to hear who is joining us tonight and where you are calling in from. And let us know as well when you say hello if you're a first-time participant. So I am Maria, and I am from Albany, New York. And you can unmute and let us know where you're
Arlington Heights.
Hello, welcome. Hey, Julie.
This is Jake from Michigan.
Hello, Jake.
Hello, thank you.
Marcia from Daytona Beach.
Hey, Marcia, welcome.
This is John from Austin, sitting on the patio.
Beautiful. Welcome back. Love the nature scene.
This is Ed from Georgetown, Ontario, Canada.
Hello, Ed. Welcome.
Thank you.
This is Tony from Central Illinois.
Hey, Tony. Welcome. That's my brother's
Anna from
name.
Colorado.
Welcome.
Liz from Fort Worth.
Hello. Welcome to you both.
Paul in Columbus, Ohio.
Hey, Paul. Welcome.
This is Vincent in New Jersey.
Hey, Vincent.
Hi.
Desi in Franklin, Tennessee.
Hey, welcome, Desi.
Thank you.
Nikki from Pennsylvania.
Welcome.
This is Dan from Southern California, also sitting on the patio.
Very nice. Welcome.
Greg in Texas.
Welcome, Greg.
Brad
Cheryl from
not
Ohio.
on the patio.
Hey, Brad. Hey, Cheryl. Love the multi-patio. Yes, the weather's finally suitable for such things.
Gloria from Houston.
Welcome, Gloria. Anyone else?
Deb from Kansas.
Hey, welcome, Deb.
Brian from Ontario.
Hello.
Jody from New Hampshire, and I just came in from sitting on the
patio. All right. Well, welcome.
Hi, Maria.
From inside now.
This is Roy from Fort Worth, Texas.
Hey, Roy. Welcome. All right. Anyone?
Houston.
Yes. Welcome. Welcome. All right. Very good. Anyone else? All right. Well, hearing none, welcome back to you all. And glad to have you back. And with that, we are ready for our first question of the evening. So, who's got that first question?
This is John.
Go ahead, John.
Shri last week was nice enough to tell us that there were some problems with the new version that had come out, 5. And I think Brad and I think there was another person had experienced some of those problems. And when I looked over the week, I could not remember whether I've now received a couple notices from Apple that 5.1 is available, but I couldn't remember how the timing goes. Is 5.1 the first version, or is it always a revision to the basic number change?
All right. So, a question who would like to tell us about that, about how the version scheme works. And John, just so you know, you're coming in, at least from my end, a little softer. So when you speak in the, maybe if you can move a little closer to your mic or some such, that would be great.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh, that's so much better. All right. Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah. Well, for example, right now we are on iOS 17. So they will do a point upgrade. So it's 17.1. Right now we are at 17.5. During the 17.4, they may do a bug fix or something that's very minor. And so they had 17.4.1. Occasionally, you might even have that third point be a 2, but that's unusual. But they went from 17.4.1 to 17.5 is where we are right now. When they come out with a new OS, it usually doesn't have any point number after it, just like 17 and then no point after it. But anyway, they do update. I don't know how to explain. Sometimes there's a feature, sometimes there's something that didn't make it in the original. But that's probably what you were looking for. But right now we're on 17.5. I think the thing Shri was concerned about had to do with something to do with Wi-Fi. He and I did some testing afterwards. I couldn't find anything significant between the old version and the new version. So,
thank you.
This is Brian.
All right. I think I heard Brian first. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to mention, yes, Brad, 17.5.1 came out today. And apparently it's just bug fixes that came out in 17.5 last week. Of course, Apple doesn't tell us everything, so they called it a security update, but apparently it has to do with deleted photos coming back and stuff like that.
All right. Thank you for that. And who else did I hear? It was at the same time.
It was Liz, and that's what I was going to say.
Oh, okay. Well, perfect. All right. Very good. Anyone else on this question? All right, very good. I will say occasionally, I think I've seen it once that like there was a letter after a version. It was like whatever, number A or something like that. And that was like some kind of an emergency security update. I forget what exactly that was resolving. But yes, for the most part, they are numbers like that as folks have described. So, all right, very good. I hope that helps. Who would like to ask the next question? Or a comment, as I've mentioned in the pre-show, if there's like a new app that you've been trying out or even a new hardware accessory.
This is Thomas in Colorado.
Oh, all right. Marcia, you were second. I heard someone else right before. Who was that in Colorado?
Thomas in Colorado.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, I just installed a sprinkler timer and it's a Rainbird. Has anybody used the Rainbird app to set their sprinklers?
All right. Rainbird sprinkler system. Does anyone have experience with it?
This is Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
I do have the Rainbird. The app is not accessible, but I use it with the SIR, with the A Lady.
Uh-huh.
Interesting, because when I asked the A Lady, it says cannot access your Rainbird skill at the moment, even though it's
this is Shri.
connected. So
Yes, go ahead. I wonder if it needs account linking. Go ahead.
Well, it needs that, but I say connect to Rainbird first, then it'll ask me what does it want to connect, and I'll say connect to zone 1, and then it'll connect to zone 1, and I'll say start, then I'll say stop zone 1.
gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll keep messing with it. I did actually connect it to the Rainbird because it said it was successfully connected. So
It's recording.
anyway, all right. Well, I will check it out. Thank you so much. Thomas is done speaking.
All right, very good. And also, in terms of the A Lady too, in case it's misunderstanding your voice, you can also try. There's, of course, the ALEXA app on your phone, and you can type into it as well to, give her requests. And so you might be able to, try that to make sure it's not a misunderstanding of the voice. And then I wonder too, I'm sure, Shri, if you've tried this too, but like I wonder if screen recognition, I know sometimes being the key word, sometimes that helps with apps. All right.
Thank you.
Yes, very good. All right. Who'd like to ask then? Marsha, you were next.
Right. I've got some AirPods Pro, and they've been if I get a call, I can put those in and they'll hook right up. Well, just the last few days, they're not doing it. And so I went into settings and I see lightning there. They're all saying that they're not connected yet. At the top, it says that it's on. And today I went in there, went to settings, turned the lightning on, turned the AirPods Pro on, and finally it came into my ear. But when I took it out, took the AirPods out and put them back in, it wouldn't hook up again. And I don't know what's going on.
All right. So it sounds like your information isn't being retained then between sessions. Does anyone have any thoughts for Marsha? Any AirPod Pro users? I believe we do have a few on this call.
What?
Yes, who is that? All right.
Sorry, my cat sat on the keyboard.
Oh, very cute. Well, hello, kitty cat. Unfortunately, your kitty can't help with the question, but very cute. All right. Anyone have any thoughts on how to have the AirPods Pro retain information between connections?
This is Thomas in Colorado.
Yes, go ahead, Thomas.
Yeah, so as I understand it, and I have a pair of AirPod Pros. So if you go into your Bluetooth settings and find the AirPod Pros, then put your rotor on actions and swipe down, it'll say more information. You double tap that. There's an option in there to automatically connect to your iPhone when the earbuds are put into your ear. So that, my guess is that's turned off. If you turn that on, then it will automatically connect once you pull them out of the case and put them in your ear. Thomas is done speaking.
Thank you, Thomas.
All right. Very good. Anyone? Brad, go ahead.
Yeah, I believe the setting that Thomas is talking about, what it says is automatically connect to this device or connect when last connected. But and it seems that I'm sorry, I didn't catch the caller's name. She said she'd connect them, and then Marsha. She said she'd connect them, then she'd take them out, and she'd put them back in, and they didn't connect. So regardless of what that setting is on, they should be connecting. So I was, like I said, I didn't quite hear all of the questions. I was a little confused as to what's going on, but whatever that setting is on, they should connect because.
This is Marcia, and it says dimmed with all of the other earbuds I have, and the keyboard and all that kind of stuff. But at the top, it says that it's on. And I've turned it off and toggled it off and back on again.
This is Brad.
Go
That's
ahead, Brad.
interesting.
Yep.
I would try restarting your iPhone. Of course, that's always what we say, but believe it or not, that can clear up a lot of things. I'd also make sure, well, at least with regard to the AirPods, make sure they're fully charged. Plug that case in and put the AirPods in it and let them sit a while. I'd give them at least an hour. But if you say everything in your Bluetooth list is dimmed, that's very strange. So I would just try restarting and, like you said, toggle Bluetooth off, back on, restart that iPhone and see if that corrects anything.
This is Terry.
All right. Go ahead, Terry.
Another thing you might try is unpairing and repairing your AirPods and see if that fixes the problem as well. I'd probably turn the iPhone completely off and back on first and see if that works. And then if that doesn't unpair them, you tell your phone to forget this device and then do that and then repair them and see if that clears everything up.
All right.
This is Liz.
Let's move on.
Go ahead, Liz, and then I think we can shift from this.
Okay, on the Bluetooth at the top, it will say on or off. That's a toggle switch. And then on your list of earbuds and everything else that you have that's Bluetooth, it'll say not connected or connected. You may have another pair that's connected, and so the AirPods that you're trying to connect can't connect because something already is. So make sure they all say not connected, and then the ones you want to use, you can tap on that, and that will make that one connect.
All right. Very good. Thank you all. A great discussion there. And Marcia, hopefully some of that will help you out to get back on track with the AirPods.
This is Marty.
Is this a new question or?
No, it was, I just came in about the previous question. I guess it was about connecting Bluetooth headsets.
Yes, we'll encourage you to review the recording. It was about headset connection not being retained. So,
okay, because I was going to add that when you try to connect the new headset, you do not have to disconnect your old one. Your new one, the second one will override and connect, and then the first one will be disconnected.
All right, very good. All right, thank you all for that discussion. We'll move now to the next question. So hopefully, Marcia, some of that will help you out. I can tell you, I recently had a situation like that, and it turned out my AirPods, my non-pros, the battery had depleted. So, all right, very good. Who would like to ask the next question? Or again, also, if you have a comment to make as well regarding something new that you have tried, software, hardware wise.
This is Marty.
Okay, go ahead, Marty.
I have a new question. Because I was on a Zoom meeting last night with sighted people, so I wanted my video on.
Mm-hmm.
When you do start your video, do you have to turn screen curtain off, or doesn't that matter?
All right. Who would like to answer that question? All right. Well, seeing as I've been on my fair share of video calls, I've never asked someone explicitly, but I don't believe that the screen curtain matters. I have never, mine is typically on, and I have never had anyone, I'm usually on my PC, but the couple of times I've been on my phone, I don't recall anyone ever telling me that my video wasn't working. So you might want to, though, if you want to be absolutely sure, just at the beginning of the call or even in the chat or something, if you don't want to be too intrusive with the vocal question, just kind of ask, is my video coming through okay? Like, is everyone able to see me? And that can be a question, not just however people want to take it, right? Like, people will ask that too, like sighted people, if they have like backgrounds or, is my camera working, right? I've gotten that a lot in calls, like, because cameras will act up. So I don't think anyone will think that weird if you want to ask just for the comfort, but I do not
This is
believe
Chris.
difference. Go ahead, Chris.
It doesn't matter.
Excellent. Well, there you go. Happy video calling, Morty, with your screen curtain on. Very good. Who would like to ask the next question? Well,
This
does
is Marty again.
All right. Well,
I
Marty,
have.
I'm not
It's
hearing
not
any
a.
questions. Go ahead.
I have sort of a point of information. I don't know if anyone's tried it, but I tried the spatial audio on my, because I think it's only iOS 10 and above. I tried the spatial audio, and it said to personalize it, and when you personalize it, I guess it takes a view of your face. So I had to take the Bluetooth earbuds out of my ears, and it's almost like setting up your FaceTime. You have to have your face in focus, and it's a little quicker than FaceTime. And if it's done, it will say spatial audio completed, and then you can go about, and then you'll see when you go in again, it says personal spatial audio. It says personal spatial audio on.
All right. Very good. Thank you for, and I assume that similar to the Face ID setup, it guides you.
Yes, that's what I mean. The Face ID. That's what I
worries.
meant. The Face
Yeah,
ID.
no worries.
Yes.
So it gives you like status, right? It'll say like such and such % complete, like as you're circling
All
around.
it says, no, it doesn't give you percentage. It will say, turn your head to the left and to the right. And it will say, I had to try it a few times. It canceled me out. And then it said, keep your phone about 10 to 20 inches, from your face.
Okay. All right. Very good. I'm glad I am glad that's working. So
yeah.
Enjoy the personalized spatial audio. Very cool. All right. Who would like to ask the next question?
This is Dan with a question for Marty.
Oh, okay. Go ahead,
Go
Dan.
ahead.
What type of earbuds or headphones were you using for spatial audio?
There are various ones. Of course, the iPods Pro 1 and 2, and then some of your newer Bluetooth headsets. Like I have Anchor Soundcore open ear. They have spatial audio. Now I didn't even have to do the iPhone thing, the spatial audio, but Bose has the Ultra earbuds. They have spatial audio in them. And it works, Dan, mostly with movies, and definitely like movies on Apple TV. You would have spatial audio there. It's kind of like a surround sound if you've never listened to it.
Yes, I have. That's great.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Very good.
Terry?
And yes, go ahead, Terry.
I guess I'm a little confused. What would facial, FACIAL audio, how is that different from SPACIAL spatial audio, which I do understand that's a hearing feature, but why do you need to have your facial
I
ID
think
involved in
because
that?
One sec, just let her finish. Yep.
oh, okay.
I think I am finished. The
Okay.
facial personal ID.
Personal spatial audio, yes. You're asking what's the difference between that and just having a generic spatial audio, correct?
Well, I understood him to say personal spatial audio, like with
Yeah.
your face. And we're talking about, aren't we talking about sound, which would be spatial audio? And so
yeah.
I'm a little confused by why you need to have
Terry,
the facial part in there.
Sure.
I think
okay, go ahead, Mark.
I think the facial part is it sort of like customizes that spatial audio to your ears. So in other words, it's not like taking another pair of earbuds and having spatial audio. It's like customized spatial audio. I didn't notice a difference in sound, but I guess there is a difference.
This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
First of all, Terry misunderstood him. Terry, he said spatial, not facial. And what it is, customized. I'm not aware of it on other devices, but I know you can do it on iPods Pro, iPod Max, and probably some Beats, because I thought it had to do with the H1 or H2 chip that's in these devices. And customize spatial audio, I've never been able to get it to set up, but basically what it does is in my case, AirPods Pro, it gets used to your ear canal and how the AirPods fit in it. How it works with the AirPod Max, I don't know. Like I said, I've really never been able to get it to work. You're supposed to hold your iPhone in front of your face and then move it around, and the iPhone coordinates with the AirPods Pro or Max. But like I said, I've never been able to get it to work. It fails when I try to set it up. So, but apparently, from what Marty says, some other third-party devices are now able to do it. And my understanding of it was, if I am listening to something on my iPhone, or it actually works on other Apple devices as well, depending upon what operating system you're running. If I set my iPhone on the table and I turn around in my chair, the sound will sound like it's coming from behind me instead of in front of me. And that's what they mean by spatial. So when Marty's talking about a movie, yeah, I can see how it would, you're centered in the sound, but if you move, it seems like the source of the sound is relocating depending upon your orientation of your head to the source of the sound. So I know on one of my devices, I had to turn it off because if I'm playing something and I should rotate in my chair, like to pick up my cup of coffee or something, people on the other end would hear it. And I thought it was only me. I was on a Zoom call and people would hear it go from center to left or right, depending on how I moved. So I had to turn it off because I thought it was only me that could hear it, but others could hear it too on Zoom. So that's my understanding of how it works.
This is
let's
Marty.
go. Let's move on.
We're gonna. Yep. Thank you. Everywhere. I just want to. Before we shift, I just want to mention. On the official Apple support page here, the compatible. Earbuds and headphones are the AirPods Pro first or second generation, the AirPods Max, the AirPods third generation, the Beats Fit Pro, the Beats Solo 4, or the Beats Studio Pro. So good discussion there on the spatial audio, personal or otherwise, and hope you all have fun playing with that if you think it's something you might enjoy. So very good. Who would like to ask the next question?
This is Dot.
Go ahead, Dot.
I have an app to recommend.
All right.
This app I heard from iBUG podcast themselves, so it's very credible. And the name of the app is Perplexity, just like the word perplex with the extra ITY at the end. What it is the ChatGPT. You don't need to sign in your iCloud account or any other personal email account or anything, unless you wish to, for more professional search and stuff. So you can type the question, anything, and the AI will talk with you. It even helped me writing better English. If I submit a short piece of writing, and it will keep my integrity, accept better grammar and such things.
All right, very good.
Yeah,
And do you find
it's very easy to use.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. Do you find
very
it
easy.
better? Yeah. Do you find it gives you, like different responses or better, or is it like more feature rich than using, like Bing or Chat GPT?
Yeah. Yes. And it's free. And it's all you need to do is just go in the app, open the app, and install it, open it, and just ask question. You don't need to sign in anything.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Perplexity.
Yes. Like you are
Okay.
perplexed about something and you would like to
that's right. It's pretty easy.
Yes,
Yeah.
very, very good. So if anyone wants to check out the demo prior to installing, it sounds like that Apple Viz podcast. And I know Jonathan Mosen on his Living Blindfully, also someone submitted a demo. I don't recall the episode number, but if you put a search on livingblindfully.com, there's a search field. And if you type in perplexity, it will come up. I believe it's in an episode title. All right, very good. Does anyone have any experiences with this app? Have to share? Anything to add? All right, cool. Well, we all have something new to play with then. So yeah, thanks, Dot. Awesome. All right, very good. Who would like to ask the next question or make a new comment on a new topic?
This is Helene.
Go ahead, Helene.
Someone told me about it's at a YouTube or something called Blind on the Move. Does anyone know about it?
All right. Do they produce some kind of like iOS related content or?
I don't know. My friend went to the Leader Dog in Michigan and they mentioned it, and it's YouTube and it's not. So I guess I don't know enough about it, but I figured this is a big call and maybe people heard of Blind on the Move if they could share what they know.
All right. Well, if it's iOS or a different Apple, the devices mentioned at the top, like if that person posts some kind of app reviews, such as like maybe GPS reviews if they're on the move.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be GPS things because it was Leader Dog.
Yeah, right. And they're focused a lot on independent travel. All right. Does anyone know if this YouTube channel, if they post any iOS or Apple iOS derived device content? All right. Well, then, Helene, if you take a look on YouTube and if you find that they do post that kind of content, definitely bring that back to us and let us know. I'm sure others would be interested.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. All right. And who would like to ask the next question?
Ring. How we doing?
I didn't catch if you're asking a question, you're very far from your mic.
This
All
is
right.
John.
Oh, yes, John, go ahead. Yes. And if you could come a little closer to your mic, that would be lovely.
Yes, you were kind enough, Marie, on my first question to say that my volume was a little low. And these are new headphones that I got tonight because someone told me my old headphones were too low. And I have a question for the group, and that is there some way to adjust the outgoing gain of headphones to increase them, bump them up something, or are they all the same? Thank you.
All right. All right. Does anyone have any information on this? So adjusting the output. So you're saying like the output that others hear? You mean like in other words, like the mic, the input level of the headphones? Of the mic on
Exactly.
them? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Marie.
All right. And are you asking like in a specific app or do you mean just more generally?
It seems to be more general.
All
So,
right. All right. Anyone have any thoughts on adjusting headphone, the microphone input volume for headphone mics? And this, just to clarify too, you're connecting, how are you connecting these headphones? Are they like USB-C? Are they Bluetooth? Like, how are you connecting them to the phone?
Thank you. I should have said that. They're Bluetooth.
No worries.
Yes.
All right. Sandhya, go ahead.
Yeah, we were, I don't know what call we were talking about, the headphones that came with the iPhone, when they still used to give them to us. I think now they probably don't, but the wired earbuds, those are wonderful. Okay. They are high quality. They don't have a lag. The microphone is a little blur, little bulge on the wire to your right ear. And that is conveniently, and I'm sure no accident, positioned so that it is close to your mouth when you are speaking. So I think, I mean, I'm not an audio engineer, but the closer the microphone is to the source of the sound is going to dictate what other people hear from you. So cause somebody was like, oh, those are just like $30 headphones, but those are all you need. I mean, they're super clear. So if you still have those around, I would jig them up and try those out. Bluetooth is great, but sometimes it depends on where the microphone is. So even if you have a fancy pair of AirPods, the microphone is near your ear. It's not near your mouth. So anyway, those are my thoughts.
All right. Thank you, Sandhya. And just to clarify, John, in 1 second, those are called the ear pods, not to be confused with AirPods. They're
Sorry,
ear
yes,
pods. Oh, no, it's all
AirPods.
good. There are many similar sounding. And you can actually, if you have the ones with a 3.5 millimeter jack, you'll need to get a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter dongle. You can get one from Apple, but if you don't have those, you can purchase from Apple a pair of ear pods that do connect via USB. Sorry, I keep saying USB-C, but it depends on which iPhone model you have. If you have an older model, of course, you'll want to look for Lightning ones. So that just depends on if your iPhone is a 15 or 15 Pro or an earlier. But yes, with the Bluetooth mics, that is true that they vary as well in terms of mic quality. Yes, go ahead, John. You were gonna make an additional comment.
Brad.
Oh, sorry. Did if I misheard, I apologize.
It was me. I started to say, but you weren't finished.
Thank you. Go ahead, Brad.
I was going to say, Apple still sells all of the ones with the ear pods with a 3.5 millimeter, a Lightning, or the USB-C, and they are all $18 for a pair. You can order those online through the Apple Store app on your iPhone, or probably even in the actual Apple Store, believe it or not.
Right. Very good. So there's something that's great. So you have options for sure. And does anyone Yeah, absolutely. I hope that helps. Does anyone know? I don't believe I can check now on my phone. It'll prompt me that I'm already signed in to another account. But since I'm not signed in at the moment with my iPhone, I do wonder in Zoom settings on the iPhone under audio settings, is there a mic input level as there is on the Windows client? If there is, that may be something for you to check as well in the main. So outside of the meeting, like when you're out of the meeting, for example, on the main screen, if you go into settings, and if there is an input level like that, that may potentially help.
This is Brad. I don't recall
Go ahead,
ever
Brad.
seeing one on the iPhone.
You do not. All right.
I don't recall ever seeing one.
All right. Thank you for that. Yes, the desktop app does have definitely more settings. So, all right.
Dot.
Yes, go ahead, Dot.
Just want to notify. Just want to let you guys know that the Apple headphone, that Sandhya was mentioned a moment ago. That thing have volume. Yeah, the earpod. Yeah, that thing have volume button. It's awesome.
All right.
Yeah, the wire on the wire itself have volume button. Got pause and play and everything. Yeah.
Very, very good. All right, Terry, and then I think we can shift from this topic. So go ahead, Terry.
Two things to your comment, Dot. I believe that volume button controls the volume of the sound that you hear. I don't believe it controls the input volume of the microphone. And then there are those devices that are wired, they're called ear pods. And then, of course, we have the AirPods. But then we also have earbuds. You hear people talk about those, and those are often referring to the wireless Bluetooth earpieces that go in your ear. So there are lots of different terms, and you want to, if you're going to use a term, you want to make sure that you're using the right one for the device that you're trying to connect to your phone, and whether or not it's wired or wireless, et cetera, et cetera. So it gets very confusing. But the input is for the microphone that you're putting the sound into the phone so others can hear it. And the output is what you're hearing when referring to the sound that comes out of your phone. That's one way you can try and remember which is input and which is output.
All right. Very good. Thank you for that, everyone. Good discussion. And hopefully with some ear pods, if you'd like to get those, you definitely will sound louder with those. All right. Very good. Who'd like to ask the next question?
This is Ed.
Go ahead, Ed.
Just a comment on the dongle. I have the wired headsets that I've always used, and it has a dongle on it that adapts it to my phone. And I've inadvertently dropped my phone a few times, and instead of ripping the plug out of your phone, the dongle has an inline mini jack, which slips out a lot easier than the jack right on the phone. So it's sort of a safety release when you do drop it, like if you do drop your phone. But I really like that. I really like that it does that. Anyways, just a comment.
Absolutely, yeah. No, that's the hope, and hopefully you don't end up dropping it too often. But that's good to know. Yes, anything to save those internal components of the jacks for sure.
Yeah. Actually, I've been using this dongle for a couple of years now, and I use it daily, every day, whenever, and I always use the plug-in headphones, and I've never had a wire problem or anything. Works great, lasts well. I'm happy with it.
All right, very good. And which dongle? This is the USB-C or the Lightning to 3.5 millimeter from Apple?
Yeah, it takes it from the plug that goes into the 2022 phone, that plug on the bottom, and then it's got an inline jack, which is a mini, we used to call them OC 80s or something.
It's
just a mini
round,
jack.
right? It's like a
Yeah, it's
round
round. It's
hole.
like a cylinder
Yeah.
jack. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So that sounds like, I believe the SE 2022. Yes, it uses a lightning, right? So that's, you're talking about the lightning to 3.5 millimeter. And for those who do have a 15 or 15 Pro, I do have the USB-C to 3.5 millimeter. And it basically looks exactly like that, except like the same length and everything. It just has the USB-C male connector on the other end. So I'm thinking what you said would apply to that one too.
Yes, and
Terry?
it's an inline, so I know you can get the headsets with the direct plug that goes right into the bottom of the phone, but I would pass that up to get the inline jack along with it because it's easier to unplug. So it releases it if you do have an accident or you pull on the wire by mistake.
All right, let's
So
move
just a
on.
safety thing. Okay.
Sure. All right. Thank you. We'll take Terry, go ahead and then.
You can also get splitters so that you have the piece that plugs into the phone, and then you have two, you have a 3.5 round jack that you can plug your headphone in if that's the type of jack that your headphone has. And then it's got the other lightning connector or USB-C, depending on what connection your phone requires, so that if you want to charge your phone, you can do that as well without having to switch out the dongles. You can bake two cakes in one oven, as I like to say.
All right, very good. Yes, there are many. I think I used to have one that was a Belkin one, and it had I got it from Apple, and it had a nice thick cable in that end that had the single output port. And then, yes, as Terry described, it had the two inputs. So, yes, many different dongles out there. So, very good. Thank you all for sharing. And I think that one might have been something like the splitter one was, I don't know, maybe like $30-$40, something like that. The particular one that that I had, and whereas the regular, the USB or the Lightning to 3.5 is like $10 or so. So, all right, very good. Who would like to ask the next question?
Dawn from Houston.
Go ahead, Dawn.
I think this question has been asked before, but I wanted to know how to make a group text. Like, you want to text the same thing to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. All right. And this is in the Messages app? Correct? In the built-in Messages app?
Yes.
All right. All right. Who would like to talk about creating a group? All right. Well, if you add multiple recipients to your message, like if you add the first one and then you select add recipient and put in the second one and, repeat that process and just add everyone that you want to add, that will be a list of recipients, and then you can go in. There is a button, those names that all ends up being a button, and when you go into that, there is a place for you to give the group a name, because if it's one that you want to keep long term, you don't want to keep hearing the names of all those participants, so you can use that name field to give it the group a friendlier name, and then select the done button to save that.
Okay, so I have to go in and select a group of names, then I have to name that group, and then...
I mean, you don't have to name the group, but, it's just easier to work with, in terms of hearing, like Joe, Susie, John, Matt, and so, you know what I mean? All 10 of them. So yeah, and it's called add contact. I apologize. It's not called add recipient.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you'll want to, And just, add each of them individually, and that will give you your group. And then if you'd like to rename it, you can select the button that will be the name of all those participants, and then you can go in there and rename it. So,
Terry,
Okay.
go ahead,
All right,
Terry.
you want to keep in mind that if you're going to do that, and then you decide you want to just talk to one of those recipients, and you don't want everybody to receive that additional or subsequent message, if you still go to that same group, of course, everybody's going to see it. And if you haven't renamed the group, then you're going to hear all the phone numbers before it. Or if somebody sends another group message that maybe may not necessarily be intended for the whole group, you're going to hear all the phone numbers before you actually get to the point of that person's message. So you want to keep those things in mind, but renaming the group to one thing can be helpful indeed.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
This
Marie.
Very, very good. Sorry, who was that? I apologize.
This Marie.
Oh, Marie. Go ahead, Marie.
Yeah, I want to go back. I have a comment a little bit about the dongle in case somebody's looking for these devices. The ones that are for wired devices is called an adapter. A dongle is actually for a wireless setup. So there's no wire usually connected to it. So they're a little bit different terminology if you're looking for such a device.
All right. Thank you for that. Yes, we've been emphasizing correct terminology on the call. So that is definitely helpful. And yes, when you look them up, like if you were to look them up in the Apple store, they do call them adapters. So very good point.
Jerry from Vermont.
Go ahead, Jerry.
I hope you can all hear me. I'm actually,
Yep.
I've actually checked into the heart unit tonight, but I have some free time on my hands, which is good, and I'm glad I could get here with everybody. However, I did want to add that I haven't found a dongle that is good luck. I mean, they've always been kind of a struggle. You've got to keep them charged and so on and so forth. And I haven't enjoyed them. I much prefer using the Stream 3 now with I know that's not iPhone, but with the Bluetooth stuff rather than a dongle. Dongles have not worked for me, and it may be me. It may be not me. I don't know. There you have it.
So just to clarify, because what we're talking about is dongles or these wired items, like for example, that you would plug a 3.5 millimeter headphone into the dongle, so there wouldn't be anything to charge. So I'm wondering, what are you referring? Are you talking about what Marie was saying, like a wireless setup? Like what
Yes.
aspect is charging? Okay,
This is Jerry from Vermont. Yes, I am. The wireless setups, I think there are they've improved on them somewhat since but I've basically stopped using them. The other ones, the ones Marie was talking about, sound interesting, actually. Thanks.
All right. Yep. Go ahead. And just to clarify, in terms of like you were mentioning with Bluetooth and another device, obviously, of course, with the iPhone having, built-in Bluetooth, you should just be able to connect your Bluetooth headphone to it. Yeah, directly. Yes, go ahead, Marie.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about because a dongle is just a real small little plastic thing that plugs into a USB port, and there's no charging to it. And then your wireless, your wireless device, whatever it is, generally they come, like if you're talking about a headset, they come with a dedicated dongle. You plug that into a USB and then you turn on your headset and it automatically pairs to that. And there's no charging to it. There's no wires in it, nothing.
Okay, I guess I'm used to the beginning ones that you had to charge the wireless ones that you had to charge in order to, and then push a button to make sure they were on.
All the ones you get now all the ones now just go into a USB port and there's no charging to them.
Okay, where is there a place that you can get them? Like Small Dog or Apple stores or Where
Amazon has different
Amazon,
ones. One of my
yeah.
favorite is the Logitech. And man, if you
Oh,
look
yeah.
on there and just see if it's wireless, because dongle is not, you can get a Bluetooth dongle, but a lot of them are what they call radio frequency rather than Bluetooth, and they have no
Ooh.
lag time, and they're much
Mm.
more reliable.
Okay, because that's changed since I was using the ones that
Oh, yeah.
were being sold and initially, where you had to charge them, and it was all Bluetooth, and it was a pain in the neck.
All right. Well,
Thanks,
it sounds
Marie.
like it sounds like things good discussion. Sounds like things are really improved, and you might want to try these newer dongles. Yeah, they might say something like USB bus powered bus, like a school bus. And especially now with like the iPhone 15 and 15 Pro, that if you have one of those, that they have USB-C, and so it's very easy to just plug in some kind of a USB-C dongle, and in theory it should have enough power to drive it, but of course check the descriptions and such. So hopefully you'll have better luck with newer dongles. And on that note, we have reached the point of our halftime show. And so I am going to turn it over to Sandhya to lead us in the excitement of the reveal of, well, of course, first introductions, and then the excitement of the reveal of our movie this Friday. So, Sandhya.
Right. Thank you, Maria. Yes, so this is when we get to say hello to people that joined us later on. So if you didn't say hello, say who you are, where you're from, and if you're here for the first time, let us know that too.
This is Dad from Southern California.
Hey, welcome.
Robert
Pete from Florida.
Robert, welcome. Miss Bridget, welcome.
Pete from Florida.
Hey, Pete.
Kathy from Tulsa.
Kathy and Gary? Somebody. Okay, welcome. Who else? Anybody else?
Shree from Virginia.
Hey, Shree, welcome. Anybody else want to say hi?
John from BC, Canada.
Hey, John, welcome.
First time listener. Thank you.
All right. How'd you get here? How'd you hear about us?
Brian Bebo from Canadian Council of the Blind.
Oh my goodness, you're friends with him?
Yeah.
Oh, you admit it? He's a good guy. Well, we're glad you're here. Thank you, Brian, for letting him know, and we hope you come back, John. What kind
Thanks
of
for
Apple
having me.
devices do you have?
So I have Apple Watch, iPhone, iPad, MacBook. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, good. You're in the right place. I like it. Okay, thank you. Welcome to you. All right, who else?
Pat from Ohio.
Hey, Pat, welcome.
Thank you.
Who else? I love it when people tell their friends. Too bad I don't have any friends to tell, but okay, whatever. Okay, go on. Who else? Anybody else? Okay, good. All right, last call. So now we are going to do the reveal for the movie. The movie starts at 8 o'clock on Friday. iBUG Night of the Virtual Movies. The social time starts at 7:15. We have named that tune and other silliness. After the movie, we have discussion where we act like we're Roger Ebert. Yes, you too can be Roger Ebert after the movie. And then you get to hear all kinds of trivia about how the movie was made. And it's often very interesting. And sometimes you wish you didn't know the things you find out in trivia. Okay. But with those clues, well, you know how it goes. You got to find the iBUG guy if he's out there. Who knows? So let's see. iBUG guy, are you out there?
Hey kids, what time is it? Say hurry do to you. Let's give our rising care. Cause hurry do is here. It's time to start the show. All the kids, right? Go the kids. Oh, well, howdy doody, boys and girls.
Howdy doody. This is the adult howdy doody. Who's comes by many names and monikers. Thank you for doing that. I couldn't do it. I'm in the howdy doody's a little bit under the weather today, so Buffalo Bob here is going to kind of take over. And of course, we have our judges. We have Princess Winter, Spring, Summer, Fall, and we have Chief Blunderbuss, and we have that might have been the other show. Anyway, I am here to talk about the great reveal for the movie on Friday night. Oh gosh, I forgot the date. What's the date there when Princess?
The 24th.
24th. That's right. Okay, the 24th. All right. And remember, we have rules. Howdy Doody always has rules, you know. So, the first rule is state your name when you're submitting a clue to be, when you're answering a clue for the movie. Each person only gets one guess per clue. If you've won in the last 3 weeks, you are ineligible to guess. And some of you folks are really tremendous with these clues. So if you've won in the past 3 weeks, give someone new a turn. Okay. Everyone is allowed to be unmuted at this time, and hopefully Princess will unmute everybody so that they can hear the clues. The correct answer is the title of the movie. It is not anything else. It's not actors. It's not anything. The correct title of the movie. You don't have to tell us the stars or anything else. It's the correct title of the movie. Okay. All right. So we are ready for clue number 1. Our clue this week is our movie this week is set in a fictional town in the South. Remember, state your name and wait to be recognized. If you shout out the movie title, it's bad news. Howdy Doody won't like it. Okay, our movie, clue number 1. Our movie takes place in a fictional town in the South. It's always a tough one.
Guys, anybody out there?
This is Desi.
Hi, Debbie. What do you have?
Desi.
Yeah, go ahead.
Desi, sorry.
That's okay. To Kill a Mockingbird?
Oh, well, that's close, but about 40 years off, I think, Debbie.
All right.
Anybody else have an answer to a fictional town in the South? And you're right, it was Mockingbird, I believe, was a fictional town as well. But does anyone have any other thoughts for this movie? Is placed in a fictional town in the South.
This is Alice.
All right.
Oh,
yes, Alice.
In the heat
Alice.
of the night.
Another
In the
good
heat
guess,
of the
Alice.
night.
No, unfortunately, Alice, that's not correct. Sorry.
Kathy.
Kathy?
Is it Steel Magnolias?
No, Kathy, I'm sorry. That's also a great movie, but no, it is not correct.
Pat.
Pat?
How about Fried Green Tomatoes?
Oh, another great movie, but almost around the same time as our feature Friday night, but not correct. I'm sorry.
This is Brooke.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Tomorrowland.
Nope. I'm sorry. That's incorrect.
Thank you.
Oh boy. Okay. Wait, just 1 second. You gotta get to that second clue.
You're doing great.
Anybody else have anything for clue number 1? Okay. Clue number 2. The movie is based on a novel with the same name. That's pretty unhelpful. What do you think, Princess? Bring some.
The same name
Okay.
as what?
As the movie. The novel, it's based on a novel with the same name as the
Not
movie.
as the town. Okay.
No, not the town. Nope. Anyone want to try for clue number 2 here?
Could you repeat the clue?
I can. Just 1 second. The movie, It, is based on a novel with the same name.
Oh, the movie is the same name as the novel. Got it.
Correct.
This
And
Dot.
honestly, yeah, go ahead, Dot.
Gone with the Wind?
No, sir. I'm sorry again. Well, I think they did a remake of that recently, but no, I'm sorry. It's not Gone with the Wind. Anyone
That's
else?
gone then.
Anyone else for clue number 2? All right, we're going to move on to clue number 3. This might do it. Okay, hang on 1 second. Could I ask you to come back in about 5 minutes? Okay, hold on, folks. Yes.
Good timing.
It's okay. He's a trooper.
It's dinner time.
Here I am. Nope.
Okay.
It's actually that was the respiratory person about my CPAP. Unfortunately, Howdy is a little bit unwell these days, so we're taking care of it. Anyway, that's what Howdy Doody would expect me to do. Okay, the film number 3. The film features a surprise. Wait a minute. Hold on. It features a dramatic courtroom climax with a surprise witness. That's clue number 3. It features
This is Jody.
Yes, Jody.
Well, I think we already saw it, but where the crawdads sing?
No, that's a good idea though, Jody. That's what you.
And I hope you're feeling
sorry.
better.
I will. I'll be better after tomorrow. Go ahead, Chris.
A Few Good Men.
Ooh,
a few good men. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Sorry. Or as Ken Jennings would say, I'm afraid not. Anyone else? Okay, clue number 4. The film sparks controversy with its depiction of violence and racism.
A Time to Kill.
You got it. Who was
I'm sorry,
that?
it's Marie. I'm sorry, it's Marie. A Time to
You're
Kill.
disqualified. You didn't say your name.
No.
I got the movie right.
Yes, you did.
I don't know why I didn't guess
Johnny,
that sooner. That's one of my favorite
Marie
movies.
tonight.
John Grisham.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, what do we have for our winner tonight?
All right. Very good. Thank you, Jerry, for that awesome job.
Good
and
job,
Marie,
Jerry.
even
Thank
though
you.
you didn't
Yeah.
follow the
you.
rules, we'll
Good
still
voice.
let
Good
you
voice.
have this one.
Okay, can we
Um,
I
finish
said
that
my
Howdy
name. I
Doody
just said it
music?
after the movie.
yeah, well,
Yeah, well,
okay, we're gonna let this
let
go
that
this
go
time.
this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, the gift is your very own. Since we're going to be spending a lot of time in a courtroom, it is a very lovely leather briefcase with your beautiful name emblazoned on the
I
briefcase.
love it.
So you are
Wow.
going to look
Yeah.
very smashing in with
And
your
how-
briefcase.
You know how to spell
You will
Dwight?
provide your own wardrobe. We're not providing that. So, all right.
Fantastic.
Very
Thank you.
good
She needs a
job.
gavel.
Good job, guys. Thank you, Jerry, and we really appreciate you. I know you're not feeling. I did
Yeah,
not know
Jerry,
that.
get well, man.
You are such
Well,
a trooper
Yes.
to do this for us.
Take
So
care.
thank
And
you.
you did a
But-
great job too.
Good job,
Thank you.
Jerry. I
Thank you
Good.
pray
very
for
much.
you
Awesome
to
voice.
get well.
That
Okay.
was fun.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and with that we are going to say goodnight to Jerry, and we have a little closing song.
iBUG's very own
Here we
bug
go.
movie
Kids,
now.
we're all ready to do the Kellogg's Rice Krispies March. So let's go! Kellogg's Rice Krispies, Kellogg's Rice Krispies.
Let's march right into the table now. Rice Krispies taste the best, and how?
Snap, crackle, pop. Kellogg's Rice Krispies, Kellogg's Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies mean more fun and pep, so come on, gang, let's get in step.
Thank you very
Oh.
much. I'm going on mute.
Thank you, Jerry.
See you, Jerry.
Bye.
All right.
I love
Awesome.
that tonight. The Howdy Doody, Buffalo Bill, and Rice Krispies. Oh my gosh, that was
And
hilarious.
those of you who may not know, Jerry, that is Gerard Doody from Vermont. So his real name is Doody. So that's why he chose to be
Any
Howdy
relation
Doody.
to the
Howdy Doody.
All right. So with that, I get to mute all of you once again, which is always a good thing. All right, so in case you missed it, the movie is A Time to Kill by John Grisham from the year 1996, starring Matthew McConaughey, Sandra Bullock, and Samuel L. Jackson, and a lot of other good actors. So come and check it out on Friday. It is a very intense movie, a lot of controversial issues that are discussed. It's not a little light, happy movie, so by any stretch of the imagination. So some tough topics there. Okay. Now we're back to our scheduled program. Again, thank you, Jerry. Prayers for a quick recovery. And now handing it over to Maria because we're going to do our iBUG Bite segment. Maria, are you there?
All right. Hello. And as I alluded to in the first hour, our iBug Bite segment is inspired by recent weather events, but it goes beyond weather events as well. And so it's a very important topic. And with that little teaser, Sandhya, I'll turn it over to you to play it. Given recent events, I thought that it would be useful to review the types of alerts that you can be notified of by default on your iPhone and where you can change those alerts. And by alerts, I am talking about what iOS calls government alerts. So things like Amber alerts and safety alerts of various types. I'm on my home screen now, and I'm going to open Settings.
Settings.
Now, these alerts are all in the Notifications areas.
Notifications button. Display as heading.
And we land here on the first heading of Notifications. We're going to move by headings.
Volume. Headings. Siri. Heading. Notification style. Heading. Heading not found.
And you see here, it falsely tells us that no heading was found because it's not scrolling. So I'm just going to scroll down, by which I mean 3-finger flick up.
Rows 7 to 22 of 278.
And as you can see, this is because I have lots of apps.
Government alerts. Heading.
And now if I rotated to headings there, and then I was flicking up and down to move to headings. So once I scrolled it a little bit with the 3-finger flick up to scroll down, and then I flicked it down, my rotor remained on headings. I now see this heading called government alerts. You can also go to the bottom of the screen with the 4-finger tap in the bottom half of the screen, but then you would have to move either to the left and move backwards, or you would then move into your set your rotor to headings and flick up to get to it. But I just did it this way so that we are seeing items in the order that they appear on screen. So now let's explore these government alerts. If I flick to the right,
Amber alerts. Switch button on.
You see these are toggle switches. So if I double tapped, I would turn it off, and double tapping again would turn it on. These are the Amber alerts that are relating to missing children.
Emergency alerts on button.
Now you see here, this is a button. Not only does it say that this is on, but this is saying that this is a button, which means that we're going to have more options relating to these alerts if we double tap here and open up this screen. So let's take a look at what's in here.
Emergency alerts. Switch button on.
And helpfully, we are focused immediately on the first setting. If I wanted to confirm that, I'll flick left with 1 finger.
Emergency alerts. Heading.
And I hear that heading, so I know I'm at the beginning. So if I flick to the right again with 1 finger.
Emergency alerts. Switch button on.
And this is the switch that will toggle whether these alerts are on and off.
Local awareness. Switch button off.
This, I flicked to the right. This is local awareness. And if we flick to the right again, we will see the Apple explanation for this.
Apple can use your approximate location to improve the timeliness, accuracy, and reliability of emergency alerts you receive.
That's pretty self-explanatory there. And so you can decide whether you would like to turn that on or off. This is by default, it's off. I've left these on default settings.
Always play sound. Switch button on.
Again, you can double tap to toggle this. And if we flick to the right,
emergency alerts can play a sound even if iPhone is in silent mode.
And that explains what that setting means. And I just flicked to the right again to show you that this is the end of this screen. VoiceOver started to read out that explanation again, that emergency alerts can play a sound even if iPhone is in silent mode. And I just tapped with 2 fingers to silence the speech.
Emergency alerts on.
Now I scrubbed back out to get back to our notification settings, and we are helpfully placed right back where we were in this government alerts section in the emergency alerts.
Public safety alerts. Switch button on.
And this is for public safety alerts. Again, toggle. You can double tap to toggle it on or off.
Test alerts. Switch button off.
That is test alerts.
Vertical scroll bar. 19 pages. 100% adjustable.
And this vertical scroll bar tells us that we are at the bottom of this screen. So those are the different types of alerts, and you can certainly customize them to your liking as to which you would like to receive. And by the way, I did attempt to find out via at least the official Apple support article what all of these different types of emergency alerts were. And the article wasn't that detailed. It mentioned how the local awareness is limited to US only, and it talked about how test alerts are alerts to test something that are sent out by the government. But it didn't quite specify what all of the other ones were. So there may be other sources, but I checked the Apple page and that was what it had to say. So I would suggest that if you're not sure, probably I would say to just leave it on. I would think better to have more of them on so that you get as much of this critical information as possible in an emergency. All right. Thank you, Sandhya, for playing that. I hope you all find that helpful. Hopefully, you don't have to receive many of those emergencies, but it is good to be informed if you're in a situation where you need to. So I'm happy to take any questions or comments.
This is Pete.
All right, go ahead, Pete.
Did I hear or did I miss any weather alerts among them?
Yeah, there were not any in that government alerts section. I actually thought there might be as well. Perhaps, and again, because like the Apple article just was not very clear on what all of these terms meant. So I wonder if like some kind of, I don't know, a public, like a safety, I'm not honestly sure which one the weather alerts would fall into.
I don't either, unless it just, they assume that it comes out of your weather app.
That is very true. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep, indeed.
This is Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
One app that I really...
Shri, I think we just lost you. Oh, there, you said what? You said one app, and then we missed it.
Yeah, the app is called FEMA, F-E-M-A. It's the Federal Emergency Management Agency app.
Yes.
That'll give you very detailed information about all kinds of disaster or weather alerts in the U.S.
Oh, okay. And can you, I assume you tell it your location, right? And so it would tell you, I'm sure you can check anywhere, right? But like presumably with your location, will it give you, I hope you haven't experienced it. In theory, will it give you notifications like to ones that apply to you?
Yep.
Excellent. Well, there you go. That's a great supplement. Thank you for sharing that. All right. Anyone else?
This is Terry.
Go ahead, Terry.
I thought at one time that there were certain emergency alerts that you could not turn off because of their very nature, that you would, or that the government or that FEMA would want you to know about. And so they wouldn't allow you to turn them off. Has that changed? So now, regardless of what the alert is, you can indeed turn it off if you don't want to hear it on your phone?
Oh, that's interesting. I think I recall that as like in a general way, but yeah, I don't recall which actual alerts you couldn't turn off. If there are such alerts, then I would assume they're not listed in this section and you just can't do anything about them. But all of the ones that are in that government alert section, you can certainly turn those on or off. So either they've changed that policy and you can control all of them, or, if there are other ones and if Apple doesn't, want you to be able to turn them off, then I guess they've just taken them completely out of the setting because they are not there. There's the other section of like exposure notifications, like that is a separate area in settings. But again, you can choose if you want to turn that on or off. So to the extent that the options are there, you can turn them on or off.
Thank you.
Sure. Anyone else?
This Kathy.
Go ahead, Kathy.
I had the experience of being in the airport one time. I was in LaGuardia Airport. Weather was coming in. There were storms. And it was funny to hear, 40, 50 phones going off with this weather warning at the same time.
That must have been something. Yes, I haven't experienced that in the airport, but I have experienced it in the office. There was an Amber Alert recently.
Oh yeah,
and it was so loud. So I can in some ways relate, except I think yours was probably louder because of more people in the area and also because it was more echoey.
And they didn't come on at the same time. That's what's interesting. Some of them come on first and some others come on later. It's like some of us have priority. But I don't know how.
That was the case. Yeah, that was the case with this one at work too. And it was bizarre. Like, I have my personal phone and my work phone, and they did not start at the same time either. As you said, I forget which one was first. All right. Anyone else?
This is Desi.
Go ahead, Desi.
I was just going to say, I have all of mine turned off because the sound is so completely loud and shattering that I don't I think that could give you a heart attack. I don't want to hear them.
Yeah, I don't blame. They're definitely designed to signal to you that you should pay attention.
And it especially annoys me when one comes on for something that really doesn't apply that much to me, and especially if it's in the middle of the night and it wakes me up. So I just turned them off.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know
that was all.
Yeah, no, I know the test alerts are like that reminds me of, like, on TV or like a radio, like you get those occasional alerts. It's like, this is a test of the whatever system. And I think the test alerts are probably that same kind of thing. So
yeah.
especially, like would increase in theory the amount that you might receive them. But no, I get you. Like, it's a balance. Like, you don't want to be woken up, but then at the same time, like, maybe some of them, like just maybe the emergency alerts or something, like, or the, safety ones, like maybe some of them might be a good idea. Like if there's something really going on, but then I guess, like, realistically, if there was something going on, you'd probably find out about it, in other ways as well. I would think.
Probably.
So.
I do keep my weather app. I do have alerts turned on for that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's good. And that's a nice notification without a jarring sound. So yes,
exactly.
that is a very good point for folks to know. Yes, if you have them on, the sound is very did I hear Brad? Who did I hear? I did not.
This is Vincent.
Oh, Vincent, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I haven't said anything. No, I think I have it turned on. However, I don't have I haven't downloaded the FEMA app, and I'm going to do it because in New Jersey we didn't have tornadoes on a regular basis, but all of a sudden the last 3 years we have had several of them, and in this particular area we have had several. And the last time that we had tornadoes in the vicinity, there was no alert whatsoever.
Ooh.
So that's why I'm thinking that I'm going to add another one, because I mean, many times, yes, they are, if it's in a public place, maybe you may disturb other people and the like. But I think that, the personal well-being, when one lives in an area that is exposed to certain catastrophes, that it is important to stay in line, and worse when there is bad weather, just to be alert and prepared for that.
Yeah,
so,
that's a great.
All right, guys.
I'm going to do that as well. Yeah, I had an earthquake. We had a little earthquake here. And like you said, I absolutely nothing. I found out on the, local news and Facebook and such. So, which was a little disconcerting. So, yes.
All right, guys, you ready to come on? Yep. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Maria. That is in light of what just happened here in Houston. Definitely no warning, not like a hurricane where you knew it was coming for days. And I did not get any. I mean, it just I'm trying to think back if I did get any warnings. I don't think so. So I definitely need to add some apps to my phone. So thank you, Maria. Very timely topic. Thank you. Okay, now let's go back to regularly scheduled program and questions that we have. People that didn't get a chance to ask a question, this is your time for that. Who would like to go?
This is Jacob.
Go ahead, Jake.
Does the weather application itself have, I think that they have warning alerts?
Does anybody use you are talking about the native weather app?
Yes, the native weather app. If not, I have another app that you guys could check out too.
This is Desi.
Go, Desi.
The weather app that comes natively on Apple devices does have alerts that you can turn on and off.
Okay, thank you.
That's what I thought.
There are a couple of other weather apps that I've come across over the years. I think we've all heard of Dark Sky. I think that's still viable. And Carrot Weather. I used to like that one, not used it in a while. But those are some of the ones that I have used.
There's another one called Weather Gods.
Yes, Weather Gods.
This is Nikki.
Go, Nikki. Hi there.
Hey, so actually Dark Sky was absorbed, I think, into the regular weather app because it was bought by Apple. So I don't think that's a thing anymore. In fact, I mean, I don't get any notifications from it anymore. So I think it's gone. But Weather Gods was mentioned, and that is a very good app, and the developer works to make it accessible. And I do get warnings and alerts from that one for sure. So, if you want more weather than what you get from the regular weather app, you might want to think about Weather Gods.
All right. Thank you for that update. Very good. All right. Who else? Great
This
question.
Marie.
Thank you, Jake. New question, new topic.
No problem.
All right. Who else would like to go?
I think,
Hi
did
there.
I Jake? Sorry.
Yeah, who's that?
Oh, John from Canada.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Since you guys are talking about weather apps, I don't know if you guys follow Jonathan Mosen from Living Blindfully, but another weather app he recommended was one called Weatherology. And it kind of gives you the feel as if you like that feel of where you get the weather report from a meteorologist on the news. Like that's one thing that app does too.
Oh, cool. Okay, thank you. Thank you, John. First
It's
time
Marie.
contributing to our call. Very good. Good job. All right, thank you. Okay, weatherology. Got to add that to our list. All right, who else?
This is Marie.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Weatherology. It's funny because it has a little button in there. It says give an audio report, and it does say this is the weather for today. The little quick weather report.
Oh.
But the Weather Channel also has really good alerts.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Maria.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe the weatherology, it uses AI to generate the weather reports, and it has different voices with names, so it makes it sound like this is meteorologist Laura and this is meteorologist like Steve or whatever it is. So yeah, it makes it more personal.
Very personal. Okay, cool. All right, next.
This is
Kathy.
Deb.
Deb, and then Kathy. Go ahead, Deb.
I was just wondering if anybody is using an app to like track their checkbook that works really well, that's accessible. I do it on a computer, but Cheryl, my mentee, had asked me, and I'm asking in case she hasn't got her microphone being able to be unmuted yet.
Okay, anybody doing an app or managing your checkbook?
Pat.
Go ahead, Pat.
I use my mobile banking app, and it's US Bank. They did add notification that you can get alerted for certain activities. So I find that helpful.
Ah, yes, that's yeah, kind of like when you get like credit card alerts, you spent too much money on whatever, or you exceeded your
Right.
limit. Yeah, I got a notification from my bank. I'd given my niece a wedding gift, and then she obviously hadn't cashed it in a while. And then I was like, "Did there's some suspicious activity," and I had forgotten because that was like 2 months ago, and then I figured it out. So yeah, it's a good thing to have, but. So maybe the mobile banking app seems to be. Anybody else have any ideas? But checking account.
This is Jody.
Go, Jody.
Yeah, I used to have several check register apps, and they work pretty well. The simpler, the better. But you know, if you just search the App Store for check register, then and then try them to see if you like them or not. I don't use them anymore because I just go to my bank and look at my account there. But there are quite a few choices.
All right, very good. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. All right, moving on. Kathy, your turn.
I have a problem lately with Siri doing text messages.
Yes.
You know, you say send a text message, and then sometimes she'll start to repeat what you said, but then she kind of goes away. And then sometimes she'll come back and say the message again and then say, do you want to send or change? But sometimes she just doesn't talk anymore. And if you check the screen, you can find the message there and then you can hit send. And then she'll say, you know, done or whatever. But it's so annoying because you can't, it's, you know, she just totally messed up the flow we used to have, you know, where she would repeat the message and then say send and I'd say yes. Now she just kind of poops out in the middle.
Yes.
And I think it's since the latest update.
All right. Has anybody found that the latest update solves this? Because we've been talking about this for a while, the things she's not doing. I thought I heard that somebody said some things are resolved. Anybody want to chime in on that? Are you on the latest one, Kathy, or not yet?
You know, I'm probably not on the very latest one. It seems like I think I'm on, what would it be? Like 17.5? 4?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay,
5.1 came out today.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, so what? Who's that? Pete? Oh, Pete.
Yes, I'm sorry. This is Pete. 17.5.1 came out today.
Right.
Yeah.
Do I want to get it?
Sure.
It resolves an. Oh, sorry, it's John
Go
from
ahead, John.
Canada.
Yes.
Apparently, it resolves an issue that has to do with iCloud photos.
Yeah. So you want to elaborate on that?
I don't remember exactly what it was, but
That's
that
okay.
was what I remember the gist
I'll
of
help
it.
you out. So basically, it was restoring deleted photos. So that was a problem because they said in one example somebody had wiped their iPad and sold it to somebody else, and then the photos got restored onto that iPad. So that was pretty creepy. So anyway, they have apparently set that up, fixed that problem. But anyway, go ahead and I don't think we've heard anything bad about this one, but maybe you want to wait a few days and try it then. Okay. But it's always like we said on here before, good to get the updates, and they have a lot of security fixes as well. So like that one.
This is Vincent.
Yes, sir. Go, Vincent.
Yes, I read. I think it was in the New York Times that Apple is planning a major upgrade with Siri because now they recognize that it has really fallen behind many other applications and behind Android phones and everything, and they have lost a lot of the people that used to work in AI Apple. And from what I understand, in the fall, they're going to come up with a totally revamped Siri, because presently, I mean, the problems that were mentioned earlier, I think that many of us have been going through regardless of the updates, and it's just erratic. It's you have to try different ways in order to access it, but my understanding is in the fall they're going to be coming up with a totally new I mean, the biggest change, the biggest development as far as Siri is concerned.
All right, let's keep our fingers crossed. I want to be positive, but
yeah, this is Nikki.
Okay, go ahead.
And I hate to say this. I'm not trying to, be mean in any way, but it really, I mean, Siri is just not that reliable, unfortunately. And there are times you just need to start to get familiar with your touch screen a little bit. Now, that doesn't mean you have to type out messages, because I mean, I often will go into the edit field of a message, an iMessage, and then double tap on it with my 2-finger double tap to do a dictate of the message. And sometimes it actually works a little bit better than doing it through Siri itself. And I mean, I know it's not easy. I know some people have a hard time grasping that, but it really, it could save you a lot of pain and annoyance if you do that and can at least get to the part of a message where you can just get to the edit box and dictate it.
Really good point, Nikki. Yeah, and then also being able to use either dictation or the onboard keyboard or a Bluetooth keyboard.
Yeah.
All of those will, really speed up the process. And if you're like me, I think several of us try to avoid SIRI at all costs. So,
This is Pete.
Pete.
Just a lot of reports that I see tells me that Apple is working really hard and making considerable progress, positive progress in their AI development. So I'm thinking maybe that development that Vincent was talking about coming up sometime with Siri will incorporate the AI feature that will greatly enhance its effectiveness.
All right. Not to be cynical, but it seems
Exactly,
like we've heard
yeah.
this many
Right.
times. This
Kathy.
time it will be different. I'm sounding like some old lady.
This
Okay,
time it will.
go, Kathy.
I promise you.
Thinking, so I was going to hear that I needed to adjust Siri. I thought there was a thing with the new Siri that she could either listen to you all the time and just jump in when she thought you needed her, or you could go back and change it so that she only responds to "Hey Siri." So I was thinking maybe I could improve what's happening to me now, but I wasn't sure where to do that. I've never updated Siri, or Paul was
This
saying
is
the other
Pete.
day he went in and retrained her.
All right, go Pete, and then we'll move on. Yeah.
I think the change you may be thinking about, Kathy, is that you no longer have to use the word hey. You can just use the SIRI and without the hey in
Oh.
front of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think
the
she'll intuitively pick up on, what you need.
Okay.
And just this is Sandhya. Just note that once you start that, I think you can ask her follow-up questions, but if you want to stop that process, you have to say, I think it was okay, thank you, or something like that. I haven't tried that yet
Oh.
myself, but we have people that have said, how do I turn this off? So be aware of that. Okay,
Terry.
go, Terry.
And if you do something like that where you're going to have her allow for follow-up questions and so forth, if you have a phone where your battery is a concern, that kind of thing can add to the battery drain. So that might be a reason for some people to not use that, because it takes battery power for SIRI to listen to you.
Okay, thank you. All right, moving on
This is
from
Maria.
Okay, go ahead, Maria.
Just on an AI related note on with Be My Eyes, if you're all not familiar, there's an amazing YouTube video on their channel that just came out, a few days back, and it's going to it talks about in their Be My AI feature what is up and coming, and I believe from what Jonathan Mosen was saying on his podcast that it's sooner rather than later kind of thing. It's not pie in the sky. The use of GPT-4o, and it was amazing. I mean, the person was like communicating with the AI in real time as if it was a person, and the voice was so human-like, and the tester, he was asking, like, it was in London, and he was like, is the king in residence? And the AI was saying like, yes, and here's why. I forget what the reason was, but explained. And then he was like asking, describe what's happening, and the AI was like, just sounding very like human, like, and saying like, the ducks are on the lake and they look like some of them are popping up, and they're going under in search of food, and then like he was hailing a cab and asking, can when he for the AI to let him know when the cab was nearby, at which she did, right, but with a female voice, and said, like, get ready to hail the cab. And then, he did. And then the AI was like, great job hailing the cab. And what a good dog for helping you to the cab or something like that. Like, and it looks like you're set, like, you're a guide dog user. So like truly, really just amazing in terms of obviously, right. AI hallucinates still, and we have to like be careful. But I mean, that was just truly awesome to hear and to know that that's going to be coming in Be My Eyes, like that when we get to that point where it's like the real-time video feedback and being able to have a conversation like that with voice, like that's just going to be amazing.
This is
This is
Sandhya.
true. I agree.
This is Sandhya. Hang on. I thought I found that video, and then it was some other video in an Indian language, and I didn't understand anything that they were saying. So obviously I'm not seeing the right video, but I guess I can do a search for YouTube and find it, or because
This is Sri.
Go ahead, Tree.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I did see the video. It's very, very impressive. And what's more impressive that I thought was the response time is about 200 milliseconds.
Wow.
When asking a question, getting a response back.
Okay.
John from Canada.
Hang on one second. Let me go back to Pat. I cut her off. Go
Okay.
ahead, Pat.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Pat.
I was just gonna say I agree. I did see that on Facebook, and it was absolutely awesome, describing the scenery. We miss a lot of scenery if we're traveling or something, or if you're out and about at a park, you may not know what's around there. So I think it's going to be absolutely awesome.
Wow, we're in a great time to be in to be alive. Okay, go ahead, John. John.
Yeah. So if you find it hard to find the video, because I found it hard too.
Oh, good. It's not just me, huh? Okay.
There's a radio show I tune into. They have a website. It's if you type in tech-talk.ca and scroll down to their homework videos, they have it listed there.
All right.
And I also wanted to say that regarding GPT 4.0, like the host of that show, he kind of equated the processing speed of how long it takes for a human to think. So if you ask the human, like, what did you eat for breakfast? The time it takes for you to think that and respond is like, that's where it's on par with that kind of processing speed. So that's why it's so amazing.
Wow. I'm still trying to remember what I had for breakfast. Okay. Go ahead, Maria. Thanks, John. Go.
Yeah, thanks. For the YouTube video, if you type in just Be My Eyes, and I apologize, my phone just updated to 17.5.1, speaking of. Anyway, Be My Eyes, if you just type in that name, you should get a result that says latest from Be My Eyes, or maybe that's just because I'm subscribed to their channel, but under this latest from Be My Eyes, it is, as of this time, it is the latest video, and it says Be My Eyes accessibility with GPT 4.0, which is GPT dash the number 4, the letter O. And it was uploaded 4 days ago as of today. It's 3 minutes, 28 seconds. So at least for me, just typing in Be My Eyes took me right to it as the first result.
All right, because sometimes finding things on Facebook is not as simple.
This is YouTube.
I know, but like I was trying to do this on Facebook because somebody was referring to this thing, and that's when I went down some crazy rabbit hole. But okay, thank you. That sounds a little safer. Okay, we have a couple of options there. Okay, anybody else? Moving on. Quick.
It's Kathy.
Oh, Kathy.
Just a quick. I know we talked about how good seeing Be My Eyes is, but I just went through some clothes the other day, and it really is getting good at telling you what colors things are. And I had a blouse, and it said like a pale blouse with branches and leaves. And then I said, what colors? And then it said like a white with green leaves. So it really was more specific than they have been in the past.
Okay, you're talking about Be My Eyes or Seeing AI?
Be My Eyes.
Be My Eyes. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, you're just supplementing what we're saying. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah, it's already pretty good for stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is Sri.
Okay, go Sri.
I was doing a test. A friend of mine drew an art, and I tried Be My Eyes, Seeing AI, Envision, and I tried ChatGPT, And I found that Be My Eyes has still been the best descriptive of an image. I don't know if anyone else has had other experience.
This is Maria.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. And I think honestly, if I recall, like Be My Eyes actually has some kind of partnership with OpenAI, who are the makers of GPT, because like, for example, I know with just the native GPT implementation, like either on its own app or in like Bing, it won't give as much, or at least the last time I tried it, it didn't give as much information relating to if there was a face visible in the picture. It was, saying for privacy reasons, it couldn't and so on. But Be My Eyes have been able to work out with OpenAI for Be My AI to at least, say something about the face. So I do think that there is some kind of a collaboration going on there, which is, producing some kind of more tailored result to our needs. And I think even, where did I see this? But like with the GPT 4.0, that it was, some kind of that it would be, this capability would typically be a page capability, but that it's going to be in Be My AI, for free. So yeah, I do think they're working together to specifically make it a better experience for us, which is great.
Cool. Okay.
John from Canada.
John, go ahead.
So I didn't hear everything you said. I don't know if you got the chance to try Access AI with Ira. I kind of agree with you two said. I think I find Be My AI had the best results.
Okay.
This is Maria. I'm still on the waiting list for Access AI from Ira, so I have not. But for those who don't know, its value proposition, its differentiator is that, and I know that Ira has said they are tweaking as well, like which models, for example, they're going to use, which AI, whether like GPT or Gemini or others. But their differentiator is that, again, on this topic of AI hallucinating, that you can then you'll get the description from the AI, but then you can ask one of their visual interpreters, right? The people who help, who, subscribers will call for human assistance. These folks will now also be able to take these queries about the AI. So you can ask it like, is this accurate? Do you have anything to add? And so on. So they're trying to kind of combine like the best of AI and, the human aspect as well, where that can improve. And this is going to be free. The Access AI aspect, I believe, is free and doesn't require a subscription. But it's in beta right now. So if you want to be on that waiting list, you have to go into, there's a Google form. There is within the app, there's an Access AI tab within the Ira Explorer app. And you have to answer a brief survey about like what you like and don't like about current AI and how you think you would, use this. And I forget what else it asks you. But once you answer all those questions, you're placed on a waiting list. So I can report back whenever I get given the access. And of course, eventually everyone will, but they're doing like a, staggered rollout and such.
This is Sandhya. I guess I'll just have to note the use of the word value differential, which I have no idea what that means, but that's from a financial expert. Obviously, that means something. So thank you, Maria.
This is Shri.
Go Shri and then John.
So, I was playing around with ChatGPT from the last time we did the cafe, where we actually had to kind of type in the request. Now they have full audio communication going back and forth. And I also noticed when I was installing the latest or updating my account, it said that ChatGPT 4 Omni or O is going to be free.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, John, probably the last comment. Go ahead.
I just want to go back to what I believe you said. What a great time to be alive.
Yes, truly. Things are literally changing by the minute. Okay, not to be overly dramatic, but so very good. So real quick summary, and then Maria, thank you so much for helping me tonight.
Thank you, Sandhya, and thank you to everyone who had such great contributions and engagement.
Absolutely. And quick review. So, like we said, busy week tomorrow, mini Mac Buzz 5 to 6. Then Thursday is no event. We will be free on Thursday. Friday's iBUG Not the Virtual Movies. We're going to be watching A Time to Kill, based on the John Grisham book. And then, of course, Saturday's iBUG Apple Workshop, our special 13th edition, a 13th anniversary, and we'll have some entertainment. And your fellow iBUG members have worked very hard, so I really would hope that you will come and support them and come and check out what they have done. And just remembering some of the things that we have learned and some of the bonds that we have formed over the years. So we hope that you will come. It'll be fun, hopefully, and it'll be more fun if you are there. And then as far as the tech shopping spree, the deadline for either making a donation or to be eligible is 5/24, so that's Friday. And we thank everybody that has, participated in the drawing. It really will help to keep us fulfilling our mission. And with that, we will say goodnight. Remember, we will be back here on Memorial Day, so you don't get a day off from iBUG. Come back next Monday. With that, we'll say goodbye. We're going to do AfterBuzz, so just hold on after the recording stops.